Hey everybody, thought I'd give you a quick nickel tour of Coopzilla. now that she's done, just about. I mean, there's a couple of tweaks here and there that I got to do, but for the most part, ready for move-in day, which will be tomorrow. So I've got 2x3 studs that I use for the frame of the yard. We'll go into the yard first. And got some stucco wire for the fencing of it, because I don't know if it shows up too much on camera, but the stucco wire is 3-foot wide rolls by 150 feet for like $50 versus probably $75 or more than twice that for quote-unquote poultry wire. So made a little handle and lock out of some old sticks laying around. Got the lock here, so we'll pull that off. Just push the gate in. There we go. So we open up the door, perfect size to walk in. I do have a little lock here so that if I'm inside the yard, I can lock it so that the door doesn't fly open. But inside the yard, pretty nondescript. It's about 16 feet wide by 24 feet deep, so I'll let you do your own square footage calculations there. I do have some chicken wire on part of the roof, or stucco wire rather, but found that the snow load was a little too heavy for it, especially the last snow we had, which is pretty wet snow, and kind of bogged it down. So I decided to go with the pink laser beam ropes, so that I've got them going this way now, but I'll put another set this way to help keep predators from coming in. But this is basically the exercise yard. They got a little balance beam or a perch they can perch on. I'll have some waterers. I'll hang the bucket water that I made from that beam. I may put one in this corner as well. We'll see. I've got enough little nipples, so but we can do that. This is the coop itself, made out of pallets. I think I used about 60 pallets in the whole coop. Between the pallet slats, I layered some more to kind of give it a little bit of a shingle effect, and also so I wouldn't have to destroy pallets too much, and put them back together. And then this is their door, the coop door. And they've got a little overhang. Got the door so they can go inside the coop at night. There's a little night light for them here. This little guy will actually, I'm going to put that upside down over here and put either a water or a feeder or something on it. So they've got plenty of pine needles to scratch around, and there's bark and all kinds of goodies here. So it's going back out of the yard. I'll take you around the side, show you the nesting boxes. So interesting, having a little bit of trouble keeping the goats from rubbing up against the sides of the coop. So that might prove to be a challenge. But here's the first of 2 nesting boxes. I've got it, got them just locked with a bungee cord. I'll just undo the bungee, and there's the nesting boxes. 3 different dividers in this nesting box. Come around to the other side. Another nesting box along the back side. Again, with the bungee cord and 3 dividers. So that's a total of 6 nesting boxes. And then here's the door that I built, and I got a little lock. This is the man door, if you will. Had an old piece of continuous hinge left over, so I used that for the door. This door actually is made out of the old bottom from the doghouse that I built down in Gilbert. So last time I was down at our Gilbert house, I took the doghouse, dismantled it, and I've used it. Here's one of the arches from the old doghouse. And we're going to put a piece of plywood over that, and Emma and/or Matthew are going to paint it for a little decoration. So going inside the coop, gotta watch your head. So here we are. Here's the inside of one of the nesting, the first nesting box I showed you. Again, all made out of pallets. I've used about, here's my little pallet count, 58, but I think I've used 2 or 3 more since I wrote that. This board was some board that I got from a guy off a free cycle who was redoing his roof, and these were the pieces that were in between the metal roof that he got. So he gave those to me. It's just a kind of a masonite, but it helps break the wind down. There's a little window in here for them, so to let in some natural light. Here is the coop door for them, so if I need to come in here and clean it out or whatever, I can actually lower this door. It's kind of a guillotine style. You see the rope comes up to there, and it's tied right here, so I can untie it. That door will come down and close off the opening so they can't get in, and or if I need to keep them in here, they can't get out. Here are the perches that are all from timbers from the yard. So I got the first one. There it is. There's the next level, and then there's even a third level up here. There's another window where we'll let in some more natural light for them. And then here's the second nesting box over here from the inside. And then I figured since there's at the time of recording there's 41 birds, 39 hens, 6 nesting boxes isn't enough. So I made a community nesting box. Also from a pallet, took some pieces apart and put a bottom on it, so now it's just a community nesting box, so the birds can lay and nest anywhere along in there. They don't have to be in certain divided areas. They can go wherever they want. And then since my first roost pole is about good 3 feet up off the ground, at Home Depot had their little bargain bin of scrap, so I got a scrap piece of 1x8. That's an old stump from the yard, and then just made a little ladder for them to climb up here, so they can get onto this roost, hop up to that one, and then get up onto the very top one if they want. But that is pretty much it. I've got pallets on the top. I did take some 2x3s for rafters to hold the pallets up. Luckily, I was able to find some sheets of plywood, which are up on top of that. And then to somewhat waterproof it, I got some black plastic on top of that. Eventually, I'll get some fiberglass corrugated roofing to put up there to make it even more waterproof. And then over here is a little shelf. I plan on putting a couple of shelves over in this corner to put either treats or scratch or whatever I need to put up here. You could rest your beer on it. And then here's how I got the pallets put together. They're just wired together. In certain spots I've got them bolted together, like right here. I've got them bolted, and then there's a 2x4 down in between them to keep it sturdy. But this guy's pretty sturdy. I was actually walking on the roof when I was putting the black plastic on, so pretty darn sturdy. So here's inside the door. Here's a kind of a little roost, a little bit leftover 1x2. So if some of the smaller girls want to hop up there, maybe I'll even lower that. So if the smaller ones want to jump up on there and roost there, they can. And it's not too high off the ground. But that's Coopzilla in all her glory. Again, move-in day is tomorrow, so we're going to lock the girls into the smaller coop in the morning or tonight when they go in for the night. And then the neighbor's been gracious enough to offer to help carry that coop over. Here's some extra hay, and then this is where I keep all the feed and all the good stuff. What we're going to do is we're going to, once the new flock is in the coop tonight, I'll close the door and we're going to carry the whole coop, birds and all, and we're going to place that right here. I'll cut a hole in the fencing here for that door and the ramp, let them in, and once they're outside of the old coop, I'll shut that and I'll use that as maybe a brooding box. If I get a broody hen or two that decide they want to sit on some eggs, they can do it inside there. But that's Coopzilla. It's a long time in making. It was a lot of fun. Of course, I've already thought up of some design changes. I do want to put electricity in there, so next winter I can put a heated water dish in there so the water doesn't freeze, and put some lights, and maybe even, I was even talking to my neighbor, kind of halfway joking about a video camera. So all I have to do is get on the computer and I can check on the birds if it is cold out. I don't have to get cold. So that's Coopzilla. Thanks for watching. And on outside the doors, another little solar light. So See ya.